Hey, good morning, Buffs fans. Welcome to Alpine Garage Sports. My name is Chris. I'm your host for this show. If you have not already subscribed, please do. We talk about the Buffs. We talk about college football in general. And tomorrow's a big game with Utah. We're going to be on campus like we always are, and we're going to be live throughout the day. We're going to be at the Fox Big Noon kickoff. We're going to be there with the students in the morning, lined up to get onto Farron Field early in the morning. That's going to be probably pre 6:30 in the morning because that's when they open the gates for the tailgate of the Big Noon kickoff. Big Noon kickoff doesn't start until 8 Mountain Time, but the pregame for the students to get everybody around the stage, and they hype everybody up like they did last year. I posted all that information for you. That's all going to be tomorrow. Buff Walk, inside the stadium, post game show, the whole thing tomorrow. Alpine Garage Sports. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you join me tomorrow. Today, we're talking about something super exciting. You can see it on the screen there. Postseason tickets commitments are now available. Now, this is not the tickets themselves. This is just the commitments. And it is for bowl game, for non-CFP bowl game. So not going into the playoffs, but going just to our bowl that we are going to inevitably, right? And the Big 12 championship. So you can actually put your commitment in for both of them. And we're going to go through that information right now for you. So this came to anybody that is on the Colorado Buffs email list, essentially. And it says request tickets now. You can request tickets for the 2024 Dr. Pepper Big 12 football championship game on Saturday, December 7th in Arlington, Texas at AT&T, the new Texas Stadium, at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, as well as select non-CFP bowl games, as your Buffs are bowl eligible. We are bowl eligible, guys. This is incredible. So let's get down this just a little bit. The Big 12 championship game information, the timeline is it started, the ticket, or I should say the commitments for the ticket started on November the 14th. And then they end on November the 30th. So you have to put in by November the 30th at noon if you want to have an option of going to this game. Monday, December 2nd is the Big 12 championship fulfillment emails are sent. So we'll know by then if we're going to the Big 12 championship. And if you put your commitment in, then they're just going to charge your card. So I'm going to go through that process here in just a second. But what you're doing is you're selecting how many tickets you want, and then you are going through and clicking on commit. Basically, you're choosing your ticket prices. They start at $115. I think the high is $375. You can pick those tickets, and then if we end up going to the Big 12 championship, they charge you, they send you the tickets, and then you go to Arlington. Let's see, ticketing. 2024 Colorado season ticket holders, Flatiron Society members, Buff Club members, alumni, C Club members, current CU student fans will have the opportunity to request tickets for the 2024 Dr. Pepper Big 12 Football Championship. The card provided during the request period will be held on file and charged. So obviously this information is just for season ticket holders and anybody that's involved in the university at all. I don't know at this point, because I don't have access, if you're not a season ticket holder, if you can actually get into this, but you guys let me know. But I wanted to let you know from a season ticket holder's perspective what this looks like. The ticket pricing for the Big 12 championship goes from $115 to $375. The maximum of 8 tickets per account. Ticketing requests are not guaranteed. And then students can log in on November 21st at 10 a.m. and they can put in for their tickets as well. And so it shows you kind of the outline of, let's see what we got here. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you guys. There we go. AT&T Stadium. You can see all the outline here, and it gives the pricing essentially of what it is, what it costs. And the orange right here in the center, this is the $115 nosebleeds. And keep in mind that at AT&T Stadium, you have the giant screen right here in the middle, which will give you a good view, even if you don't get close down there, if you don't want to pay the $375 a ticket to get down there, to get the really good tickets from season ticket holders there. And then non-CFP bowl game information, the timeline is basically the same thing, although it starts on November the 14th, which already passed. It ends on December the 9th at 4 p.m. And then the card will be charged on December 11th. Now, for the potential bowl games, they have these listed down there as December 27th. It could be the DirecTV Holiday Bowl. And we went through a bowl selection process last week on this show. So go back there and look at that. A little bit has changed, but not a lot has changed. But these are the actual 3 bowls that we picked. Was the Holiday Bowl in San Diego, California, the Las Vegas Bowl, which is the one that I want us to go to in Las Vegas on December 27th, and the Alamo Bowl, which is my second choice, in San Antonio. So, and the tickets range from anywhere from $90 or $80 to $190, depending on which one you want to go to. So I wanted to bring this information to you. If you're not a season ticket holder, I don't know when those are going to be coming available, and or even if this is available to everybody. I mean, I was assuming this was just for season ticket holders or people who are alumni, part of the Alumni C Club, or some Buff Club members. That fanfare there, but it could be for everybody. But if you don't have this, I will post this link down in the description so that you can see it there. You can click on it if you like, and see what you can get done with it. But when you go through this process, and on my computer, I couldn't get it done, but on my phone, I could. But you hit request tickets, and then it goes up here and it says the Big 12 Football Championship, and then it says non-CFP bowl game. So obviously, these are mutually, you can do these one at a time if you want to. But if you go down there and you click on the header, and it'll pop up with, buy your tickets now to each one of these bowl games. You can actually put in a commitment for each one of these bowl games if you want to. That's my assumption. And then whatever bowl we go to, it's just going to charge you for that bowl. That's my expectation anyway. I haven't done it yet. I did get my Big 12 tickets, or commitment, I should say. I didn't get tickets. I got a commitment for the tickets because I think we're going to the Big 12 championship. But I have not done the bowls yet. So I'm going to do the bowls here in just a minute, and we'll see what happens. But the tickets are going to be distributed, at least on the CU side, it seems like, starting with season ticket holders, Buff Club and Alumni C Club first. And then at that point, it'll go to the general public, is my assumption on this. This just came out, guys. So please, this information could be a little bit wrong, but I just wanted to bring it to you so you can see it and start that process of everybody's asking, hey, when are the tickets going to be available? The tickets are going to be available through CU as of right now, or at least the commitments are becoming available. So that's kind of what I've got for this one. Let's get down to the comments and see what you guys have to say here. I haven't even looked at the comments yet. Bowl game on the East Coast. Okay. Hey, Aaron's here. Shirley is here as well. Yeah. So we have in the bowl games. Let's just talk about these 3 bowl games here for just a minute, because these 3 bowl games are super exciting. And let me get to my notes on this, because if you guys have not seen, I'm going to put this link down in the description as well. But I did a bowl selection video about a week ago. Not even a week ago. I think it was less than that. Very few people watched the video. I'll be honest with you. I think I might have had a little less than 1,000 people watch it. But it's a really good video. If I have to say so myself, because what I went through is I went through the timeline, what it's going to take to get to each bowl, and the bowls that we're actually eligible for, and who we might play at this point in the season. Okay. So based on what the rankings are in each conference and which conferences go to each bowl game, you can kind of derive at this point, if everything plays out like it does, who plays in each bowl game. And we came up for some interesting scenarios. So as you can see on the screen here, let me get over here and pull this back for just a second. Okay. And then I'm going to reshare my screen. So give me 1 second, and I'm going to reshare it for something else. Share screen. Let's go to go right there, and then share. And then it's going to pop up here in just a second. Bang. There you go. So those are the 3 bowls. that we could be selected to go to. The Valero Alamo Bowl, which is really cool because that one's in San Antonio. And for those of you who have not been to San Antonio, it's a great town. It's a lot of fun. They have a river walk there that has, it's probably the most amazing river walk in the country that I've been to anyway. And it's just a really cool town, and you're really not that far from the Gulf of Mexico. So if you wanted to go down to the ocean, as it were, for a day down in Corpus Christi, it's really not that far from there. So there's a lot to do in that area, and it's a great bowl game. It's a very highly ranked bowl game. So if we want to get Miss Peggy to a really nice bowl, that is a really nice bowl. So that would be the Alamo Bowl. And who did I say in the Alamo Bowl that we might play? We would play, we could play Washington State. We could play Iowa State or BYU. So, I mean, we could play BYU in that game. Who knows what's going to happen? It comes down to the Big 12 versus the Pac 12. And the Pac 12 is the Pac 12 currently, and then last year's Pac 12. So we're actually in both pools. We're actually in the pool of the Big 12, and we're in the pool of the Pac 12 in this one, which is very strange. And that's why the Alamo Bowl probably would be I would say at this point, probably be a bowl that we would go to. The bowl that actually feels the best to me, let's go down the list. The Direct Holiday Bowl. The Direct Holiday Bowl, who did I have in that? That's Pac-12 versus ACC. So that could be CU versus Clemson. Now, this was last week before Clemson played. I can't remember how they did last week. But essentially, we would play either not the top team in the ACC, but one of the other two teams. So the second or the third seed team in the ACC, we would play them in the bowl game, and that would probably be Clemson at this point. Could be Miami at this point if Miami keeps losing. So Colorado against Miami in that, man, would that be a great game or what? Now let's go to my favorite bowl of all of these bowls, which is, and let me pull the screen up just a little bit, spotlight that, is the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. Why the Las Vegas Bowl? Well, there's a lot of reasons. Las Vegas is a pretty cool town. I mean, I actually like it. We got back from Las Vegas a week ago, and I told you guys that I went to Circa and I fell in love. So I'm a big sports bettor. Not big sports bettor. It's not like I spent a lot of money sports betting, but I enjoy doing it. So that to me was a lot of fun, going to the different sports books and I actually went all the way to Circa, which is in downtown Las Vegas, versus where we were staying, which was on the Strip. And it's not very far, but you gotta take a cab or something to get there. And we spent the day at Circa and had the best time we had all week, probably. So what a great place. And the other exciting thing about that is, let me get to this really quick. Where did I have that information? Let's see. We had, oh my gosh, where did I have? Oh, Las Vegas Bowl. Here it is. Okay. That's the SEC versus the Big 12. Okay. So that's what makes it exciting. And the thing that I circled here was CU versus Ole Miss. And this is depending on how Ole Miss does. Obviously, it would take one of the second or third seed in the SEC that doesn't go to the CFP playoff and isn't in an at-large bid. It would take one of those teams. And Ole Miss is a little bit outside of that right now. And so we could potentially play Ole Miss in a Las Vegas Bowl in Las Vegas, Nevada, which could potentially be, as a lot of people are reporting, where Shedeur might end up, right? And what a sexy place to play football. I mean, right now, Las Vegas is burgeoning. They're building a new baseball stadium. They just imploded while we were there. They imploded the Tropicana, I think it was. And they're building this giant, like, state-of-the-art baseball stadium to bring what is it? It is the A's. That's right. They're trying to tempt the A's to come to Vegas, the Las Vegas A's. And they're building this really awesome stadium right where the Tropicana was on the Strip. And so when you're talking about the new Las Vegas Raiders and you're talking about the new Las Vegas A's potentially in that area, and Shedeur being, a young quarterback in the NFL at Las Vegas, if that's where he goes, I think this would be a great bowl game. This is a whole lot of stuff, guys. Like there's so much going on right now. It is absolutely crazy. Mr. DW says, do we play a bowl game if CU makes the CFP? No, the CFP is our bowl game at that point. So we'll go down the playoffs, and those are our bowl games. Peter's here. Peter, a.k.a. James Bond, a.k.a. lots of other things. Got lots of AKAs there. Peter is a great guy, guys. Daryl says, Mr. DW, CFP in all 6 major bowl games. So yes. Peter says, would love to see you play an SEC in the playoffs. That's why I like this Las Vegas Bowl. This Las Vegas Bowl could match us up against a really sexy team. Super, super, super sexy team. I mean, it could be Ole Miss. It could be Texas A&M. It could be LSU that we would play in that bowl game. I mean, what the absolute heck? That is freaking awesome. Ole Miss would be murder. Their defense has 46 sacks on the season. I know so this is why I talk a lot about, and I sometimes I'm accused of not being grateful of where CU is at this point. And that is absolutely not the case. I love where CU is at this point, but seeing the potential that we have this year and the fact that we have a world beating offense and now a defense that could probably stack up against most teams and an offensive line that is getting stronger every single game, that in these next 3 games, we could actually eliminate some of the mistakes that we're making to make us a solid team to go up against an SEC school like a Texas A&M or an LSU or an Ole Miss and beat them in a bowl game. And that would be if we could beat an SEC school of that caliber in a bowl game, not going to the CFP. Okay, not let's say we lose the Big 12 title game, which makes me throw up in my mouth because I think we would beat BYU. But let's just say something happened and we didn't, and we ended up going to the Las Vegas Bowl against one of these other SEC schools. That win alone, I think, would probably be as big for us as winning the Big 12 championship. Now, roast me in the comments if you would like. I'm not saying I would rather do that than win the SEC championship. I'm just saying in year 2 of Coach Prime, he goes to a major bowl. First, he goes to the Big 12 championship, goes to a major bowl against an SEC school and beats them, right? Holy crap, we don't have to win a national championship this year, guys. I want to. I think it'd be great, and I think we have the potential of doing such. But if we could beat an SEC school like Ole Miss in the Las Vegas Bowl under Coach Prime in his second year, give the guy a $10 million contract or make him the highest paid college football coach in history. Because at that point, we could play in the SEC. By beating an SEC school in that bowl game, we could say that we belong in the SEC. That would be huge after going 1-11 in the Pac-12. So I'm just saying right now, this whole video has just been about tickets are available. At least I should say commitments are available. And I think it's right now that email was just for season ticket holders, but I could be wrong. But look down in the comment or look down in the description, click on that link, see what you get. Let me know what you find out. I have not looked at this at all. Literally, it showed up on my phone. I did about 5 minutes of prep. And then I came live. And I am still kind of prepping for tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be an early day, guys. Fox Big Noon kickoff. The tailgate starts at 6:30. There's going to be students lined up at 2 a.m. And I'm going to be out there talking to them and having fun and enjoy what could be my last home game of the year, because the last home game is Oklahoma State, and that is on Black Friday. And Black Friday for me is a no-go. I can't make that game, unfortunately. So I've got another commitment that I just can't get out of, and I'm going to be rooting for CU and having a great time on that day, but I will not be making it. So this is going to be my last home game for this season. So that is a wrap. Let me see what else you guys have before I wrap it up. Let's see. CU. I'm going to figure out where I left off. Okay. So Ali says, is it confirmed who is playing? No, it's not confirmed. What this is they're trying to get commitments for tickets is all it is. CU versus Tennessee would be a great game. I agree. I would love that game. Peter says, on another subject, my hometown, Oakland, California, has blown so many chances keeping their franchises. Wouldn't be surprised to see the A's in Vegas. Yes. Sorry, I got to that comment late, Peter. You had called it right there. I'd rather win a bowl over losing in the playoffs. Okay, I can understand that. Don't want a natty. Prime would leave it or wouldn't be another challenge. Let's see. Don't want a natty. Prime would leave it. Won't be another challenge. I think I know what you're saying on that. And so, you don't want to give it all away now, and Coach Prime still has something to strive for. I don't know. This Coach Prime is in another world compared to anybody else in the human race. I mean, the guy can turn literally anything into gold just by willing it and skilling it. And it's like he's done it here. He's done it throughout his career. He did it in youth leagues. He did it at every level. And he did it in life. He did it in his own personal life. So at some point, he's going to max out in college and he's going to want to do something bigger. And what is that bigger thing? It could be NFL. It could be other places in the NCAA, which I don't think would happen because I think it loves Boulder too much. It could be broadcasting. It could be a lot of things. I mean, it could be running NIL, running NIL for college football, having some overhead of the NIL process. Who knows? I mean, this guy can literally do anything he wants to do. He'll walk in, he'll rewrite the rules to make it the best program ever. And then he'll hire people that can maintain it. He'll execute it. And then he'll go on to the next big thing. I mean, he's such an awesome force. Daryl says Texas Bowl, good one. Also big payout plus great venue. Yes, I agree. So Texas Bowl, I had down here as my number 2 bowl. And the Texas Bowl was Big 12 versus SEC in Houston. And I had slated for that CU versus Texas A&M. CU versus Texas A&M. That's what I put down there. Jay Boogie. Let's see. 10 should be a no-brainer, but he should be the highest paid coach. Prime is a walking cash cow. Yeah, because he does more than just win football games. He provides revenue for the school. He provides eyeballs for the school. Nobody has a following like he does in college football, and he can do things even outside of winning that can be game changers for any university. There are people licking their pens right now, and maybe he's even had conversations. I would be remiss to say that he hasn't had 20, 30 conversations to this on this subject so far, based off of what he's been able to do at Colorado. The only problem with making the highest paid CU stadium is too small, says College Bound. Well, we're at the point now, there are bigger universities with bigger stadiums. That's true. We're about half the size of Ann Arbor, for instance, let's say. But when it comes to the quality of the atmosphere, you don't get any better than that. See, Ron says Prime has to get raises for his new coaching staff to keep them. I mean, fat raises because they're other schools. That's true. We talked about that in a previous video, Ron, too. And I appreciate you making that. It's just like Saban. When Saban when he was coaching, he was losing the likes of, name every SEC and ACC coach out there. And they played or they coached with Saban at some point, right? The coaching tree is huge. And although we don't want to lose these guys, and I agree, we need to pay them. You can't really pay an assistant the same as you can pay a head coach. So they're going to get head coaching jobs and they're going to get paid more. We can't pay them that much money. So we're going to lose some of these guys. Phil Dolholt, he could be around a year or two, but somebody's going to pay him to be bigger than what he is right now because he has shown such great aptitude. Name any really assistant coach for us. Name any coordinator for us really at this point. And they're going to get big offers that maybe we can't counter because we're not talking apples to apples. We're talking, we want you to stay a coordinator, but somebody else wants you as a head coach. All right. Can you hear me now? Somebody throw a hands up. Can you hear me now? Yeah, guys, I'm going to have to edit this out. I'm so sorry. Somebody give me a thumbs up in the chat. Okay, thank you. Dang it. So I've been having big problems with my computer lately, and I think I've maxed out the memory in it. So I'm gonna have to go through and clean it up. I can sum this up in a few seconds. Everything. All right, guys, there's something going on with my mic, so I'm gonna have to end this here pretty quick. But pretty quickly, what I said was, is that Coach Prime can recruit the best of them for college football, and he can also recruit the best of them for the CU Alpine team, which won a national championship here this last year. And I'm an alpinist, so I raced alpine skiing, and that's what I got my GS race skis back here for. But Coach Prime could be the only football coach that could probably get us the best skiers from around the country to continually win these national championships, of which we've won like 20 something for ski racing. And this is where our Olympians come from. That's where they come from. They come from, our junior race teams, which is what we have here at CU. And if he could recruit, and by the way, if you haven't seen our race teams, they come from all over the world. Like we have people from Austria, and we have people from Switzerland, and we have people from everywhere, Norway, that come out here on our Nordic team. And that's where the Alpine comes from, and Alpine Garage Sports, if you guys hadn't heard this story yet. But in any case, Coach Prime is the only one that can do that. He could actually get us the best of the best, and we can win a natty every single year in a lot of our sports, soccer, lacrosse, you name it, basketball. I mean, even though we have great basketball coaches and recruiters for basketball, Coach Prime is obviously going to be a ringer there from that standpoint. So keeping him here is huge. Keeping him here is huge. Keeping Coach Prime here is huge. All right, I'm going to get off of here and try to figure out what my audio problems are, but I appreciate you guys showing up for this. It looks like the commitments for the bowl games are coming through on the CU site, so check that out and get your commitments in. Again, like I said, this email came to season ticket holders, so I don't know if it's just season ticket holders that have the opportunity at this point or not, but I wanted to bring it to you anyway. I'm going to put the link down in the description as soon as this video is over. That is a wrap from Alpine Garage Sports. I will see you tonight. I promise you I'm going live tonight. I have a special video coming up. That is a wrap. I'll see you guys soon.